Okay, so the first game or drill that we're going to do is the first level, okay? Number 1 in the sequence. This is quite simple, and it has to be nice and simple until the person becomes proficient. As soon as I feel that they're proficient in the drill, we move into the next one, okay? So as I mentioned in the introductions, this is an example sequence of building complexity and creating flow. It can be applied in any type of drill, from pad work to anything, but it's the concept behind it that we want to understand. All right, so the first one, our front feet are going to be in alignment, and then my back foot is in alignment with his front foot. So it's like we're on train tracks and our front feet are in line. Now Eli's just going to hold a position. He doesn't need to produce any sort of stance. It's just whatever's comfortable to him. And my first task is just to push on him, okay? And when I push, he's going to avoid the push and come back to his current position. Okay, so I go here, and then he comes back to his current position. Go here, comes back to his current position. All right, very simple. And I'm taking my time. I'm being nice and slow. Okay, I'm not trying to go too quick, because this is first building the competency to actually evade. All right, that's part of what this drill is going to encounter today. Okay, so initially it's just this. I'm just pushing in different areas. He's just returning back to where he started, okay? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to try and hold the push, because I want him to resolve sticking, okay? So although it's exactly the same drill, we're not going into step 2 yet, we're just staying with step 1. It's exactly the same drill, same speed, but I'll go here, look. Now he has to relax, try and move your way out of it, that's it, and then he comes back, okay? So I go here, he resolves. I go here, he resolves. That's it. There. Okay? And I'm not trying to trick him, yeah? Which is a very simple, slow drill. Okay? I can push on his arms. I can push on his chest. I can push on his leg. Yeah, I can push from behind. All right? And Eli's just making an avoidance, all right? So this is level 1. This is the first level of the drill. We keep going until it's very natural, until I feel as the coach that he is competent, okay? Eli's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's quite competent with his body anyway. So that sort of drill, that basic level, is very, very easy, all right? But for some people, it might be quite difficult to avoid sticking. We're looking for that situation where if he pushes on me here, I get here, and then I'm like, and I don't know where I'm going, okay? In that instance, I need to, might change, might need to twist a little bit more, and then come back to where I was, okay? That sort of sensation of unsticking that we've been doing in this course so far. So that's level 1. This is the first set of the drill. We're going to continue training it a little bit, and then we're going to move on to step 2 as soon as Eli's competent. Okay, so now we're going to move on to step 2. And step 2 here is just an increase in speed. So remember, we changed one thing about the drill so that we can create the conditions for more struggling in our partner. Their abilities from the previous incarnation of the drill, they're already good. Now we change something. In this case, we're going to change the speed of the pushes, and that will create adaptability. It makes them have to recognize sticking in a more quick environment, and it's a bit more demanding. Okay, so same drill. We're here, and now again, I'm not going to try and trick him. I'm just going to go quickly. Okay, that's it. Good. So you can see Eli's not sticking too much. A little bit in his hip, and he's resolving it really well. So this is a training for him. He's trying to find whether he's actually smooth, whether he's flowing between the pressures that I'm giving him, whether he's able to avoid with skill, and whether he's able to maintain this flow. He doesn't know where I'm pushing. It's all random. Good. Good. Stuck. Yes. See, so we got a sticking point there, and that's now where we train that ability to release the tension. That's good. Okay, good. So again, we're going to continue training this a little bit. What I would suggest is you really monitor what your partner is doing throughout the drill. Step 1, very easy. Now you can see it's even more difficult, but we haven't made such a big leap that it's impossible for the partner. We've gone one step up. Now the complexity is higher, The fluid body is more required now because the speed is greater, okay? No preempting in the drill. He's just reacting to the push, doing a great job. We're going to move on to the next level as soon as he's competent. So now Eli's competent in the last method. We're going to move on once again. Eli commented then during that training that it's a bit demanding, okay? He gets a little bit out of breath. Of course, we want to maintain smooth breathing all the time. And when you up the speed of a drill, quite often people will start to hold their breath as they're moving because they feel like it's supporting somehow. But keep the breathing going and you're going to get through it in a better way. So the next one, now we're going to make a change to what I'm doing to him and also what he's able to do. So before it's pure avoidance for pushes, now I'm going to grip and pull as well. I'm going to add that aspect in. And from his position, he's now allowed to take a step. All right, so one step and a shuffle, that sort of thing. Not like running about and running away and stuff, just like if he has to take a step, that's fine. And again, we're looking to find sticking points in the movement and smooth them off. What you'll see is that you'll find different sticking points as you go. As soon as you start to feel that they're disappearing, we move on to the next drill. Okay, so let's look at this one. So we start in the same place, and Eli's only going to step if he needs to, yeah? He doesn't step unless I give him the motivation to step. So here, look, this is all fine. Okay, I go down the middle, now he needed to step, yeah? He couldn't avoid that because I was pushing dead in the center of his body. So he needs to now find a way to get away. That's it, so he's dissipated the force. And then we come back, good. Pull, good, and he steps. And back into the drill. Good. Here, nice flow. Down the middle, sticking as I put the pressure down the center line, all right? So we have to train now to resolve that. We're going to keep going, okay? And we're going to find until he resolves that center line position, all right? That's better, okay? Yeah, a little bit of a stick there. All right, so it's now, you see the first two exercises Eli was dealing with really easy. Stuck, yeah? So there he's stuck because he was unsure, all right? So now we're in this position where this drill now is really demanding for him. He's finding a point of sticking every 5 to 10 seconds. So we need to smooth those away, make the training keep going until it's smooth once again, till those errors fall out of the drill. As soon as that happens, we move on to the next one. So now we move up the stages of the drill again, and at this time, he is going to return his movement to me. What I mean by that is he's going to avoid the push or the pull, and then as soon as that push or pull comes off, he's going to touch me. Okay, he's going to either touch or he's going to grip. And what we're looking for again is stops and starts, lack of fluidity. All right, so start in the same position. I'm going to push, and he's going to come back and touch. Push, touch, push, touch. Okay? So you see there's a disconnect between his motion back and his filling the gap to touch. Okay, so there's some good work to be done here. And he can still step. Now he has to return, yes, so there's a pause there. So this is like that was a mental pause rather than a physical one. That's it. Good. Good. And I can focus on one area. If I feel like that's, now you see here, this is smoothing off this one area. So let's change. That's it. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, so you see the gap. We see that the drill's becoming harder now. All right? Drill's becoming harder for him to manage. There you go, that's good. So he's starting to smooth off. You see the difference between the start and this point now, okay? So now, because I see there's a habit that he's forming in the drill, I'm gonna remove something. Remember we talked about removal in the exercise setup. Now, I'm gonna remove this hand, put this hand behind your back. So now he can't use this hand, because that's the only one he was using, all right? So now he has to use this hand. There we go. That's it. Good. return. There's a stick there, yeah? So now this drill is expanding into a more complex situation. And you can see that we've built up from a very, very easy drill for him to manage, then another drill that was quite easy, the odd stick here and there, then one stick every 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Now we're into one stick every 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah, every other position, it's a problem. So you can see the complexity growing. And if in an ideal world, we would continue with this drill for 10 to 15 minutes. Each drill where we know that there's a problem, we sit in that drill until this fluidity appears. Okay? We are going to just train that a little bit more and then move on to the next drill. All right? So this now, he is returning, and you can see as a coach, as the person observing, as the partner, that there's a much more of a stop-start. There's less fluidity. It looks less fluid, and that's something for us to work on. All right, so we've worked that drill a little bit. A few little tricks that I've given him now to sort a few of the problem areas out. Now we're going to make it even harder. So what we're going to do here is exactly the same as the last drill, okay? He's going to escape and return to touch. Now when he returns to touch, every so often I'm going to back away from his touch, and he has to follow me. All right, so what we'll see is a sticking point at the point at which I make my movement. It'll be catching up, yeah, like someone's getting away from you. So here we're adding a little bit more complexity and making the drill that little bit more difficult. It's still exactly the same drill that we started with, that basic, but now we're just adding little things in that can trip the person up, get their fluidity reduced so that we can smooth that off and get them flowing better, okay? So, starting with the same drill, okay, he returns, that's it. He might go back and come back in, okay? And now I'm moving, and he had to go. Yeah, there we are, look. All right, so you see, it's uncooperative. I'm not telling him when I'm going to do anything. I'm not telling him where I'm pushing. Yeah, here, and he has to come, that's right. Okay, here, better, that's better, yeah? So now he's staying in contact with me a little bit more. All right, good. Good. Push. Nice. Good. Way back. Good. Arm behind your back. He's using that arm too much, so we can make it more complex. If they're forming a habit, the moment he formed a habit there, I wanted to change things. Okay? Good. That's it. Suddenly got a lot harder, okay? So we see that the drill now is highlighting a new problem, a new area of sticking, where now it's the action-reaction time. It's are you in the moment? Are you in the flow of the exchange? Or are you just doing your thing, and then when they move, it's a surprise? This is the sticking of the mind and the body, okay? This is like the antithetical to the idea of flow and change. So again, we're now creating another drill based on that first exercise that is adapting and making things harder, okay? So we're going to go into our final drill now. We're going to work on this one a little bit, and then we're going to move into the next exercise. Okay, so the final incarnation, the final step in this drill chain, all right? You know, if we're training this specific set, it may take us an hour or so to get into this last phase. And this last phase now is a much more free-form exchange, in so much as I'm still going to be the pusher, the gripper, etc. But now I'm going to make angles, I'm going to start to make things deliberately more hard for Eli so that he has to unstick, okay? This is now where being a good partner, a good coach comes into play, where you give them movement puzzles they have to solve. In the early stages, we can stay within the drill, okay? We can stay within the drill, and we are, you know, still that interesting exchange. Now it's down to me as the feeder, the coach, to actually try to make things difficult to their level. I'm not just going to blast through and mess about so that they can never do anything. I always have to be within that certain range of their competency so that they're gaining something from the drill, all right? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start here. Now, I'm going to start just with the simple escape, okay? So he's escaping. Good. Look, simple drill that we started with. Now I'm going to make an angle on him, so he has to follow me now. Yeah, so just escape. Now I'm going to get away, okay? So look, you see, I'm just adding little things. Starting to move, okay? Adding little things. He's escaping. Good. That's it. Make an angle. That's it. So he's now trying to maintain fluidity. You see how he's getting stuck in his feet a little bit? Yeah, so I'm going to go back to a bit of a static drill, just so you can get used to the escape and return. Okay? And then I'm going to make a step. That's better. That's a better movement now. Yeah? So I noticed there that he's not reacting very well to the stepping that I'm giving him. Yeah, there you go. He has to catch me there. All right? So I'm trying to formulate the drill so that he is now benefiting. All right? So initially I might continue with this part. Yeah? All right? And then we make it difficult. Then I might start moving around. Okay? Good. Ooh. We won't bring the legs into it just yet. That would be a bit too mean. All right. Okay. All right, good. All right, and then I might bring in a pull. Good. Starting to flow better now, yeah? You should be able to see that on film. His movement's starting to improve. It's starting to stick again now because he's thinking about it. He's thinking about the compliment. All right, so good, okay. So we can see there that the drill is progressing, even within that short time frame. That's about a minute probably, but we can see that there's progression there from the early stage to as we work through. And what I'm trying to do is watch him and figure out where is it a problem. You know, if he's not succeeding, I need to return back to something else. So you see halfway through there, I go back to a point where his legs are static and he's just avoiding, yeah? And then I might run away, so he has to catch me up, all right? And that's part of the job of the coach, is to observe and adapt things as we see them changing. So that's the sequence that we've been through for developing a fluid body drill from start, simple technique, looking for sticking, going through a series of steps to increase the likelihood that they're going to get stuck, and then help them to resolve it with good coaching methods.